She slapped me and she said, "Since when did God started speaking to me?" Now, I want to share this wonderful story with you. I am here in the forest in the Cayman Island, and I was just reading a testimony from one of our sisters who has been having issue of blood and a serious headache for more than 7 years. And she came to me and I prayed with her, and for the past 3 days she never had any issue of blood again, and the headache is gone. So whilst I was reading that testimony and praising the Lord with her, the Spirit of God reminded me of something that happened more than 10 years ago. So many years ago, when I decided to be very serious with the things of God and commit myself to church, I was introduced to this woman of God who was one of the most powerful women of God in a certain city in Ghana, in Kasua. She was very powerful, very, very, very prayerful. And one major thing that made her stand out is her old-fashioned way of doing things. She preached so much of holiness and righteousness. She never wear earring, she never wear ring, she never wear gold, she never touched her hair with cream or anything like that, no makeups. And anytime she dressed very long, and she always cover her head. And she has a daughter who, all of them, the whole family, they are like angels because of the message of holiness they preach. So her daughter was a typical example that many mothers use when they want to advise their daughters. They use this pastor's daughter to advise their daughter. It was those times where teenage pregnancy was rising in the city. Many young women at the age of 14, 16, they were getting pregnant, having children. And her daughter is over 20 years and no boyfriend, and no man can even approach. I was the only person who was allowed to get close to her. No man can come close to her. She doesn't go anywhere. She went to girls' boarding school. So, she's a very quiet person. She's always in church, always praying, always reading the Bible. She's also a very powerful preacher woman. She also sees things and prophesies to people in the mother's church. So the father and the mother only have one daughter, which is only her. So they see me as their last born. So they even gave me a room in their house. So in case we close from church very late, they will tell me to sleep in that room instead of going to where I was renting. So I love the mentorship and the training I was receiving from this woman of God. I believe in power because I came from a background where I see most of my uncles, my aunties and family members demonstrating demonic powers, witchcraft. They do strange things. And so that was the background I was coming from. So when I saw a woman of God who can speak and things happen, I love that. So I became very committed. I love her. I gave my all to them, and anytime she's going to the mountain to pray, she'll take me along. Anytime she's going to the forest to pray, she'll take me along. Anytime she's going to pray for somebody in their home, or she's traveling to go and do some spiritual direction for anybody, she'll take me along. So she was teaching me a lot of spiritual stuff, and I love it. One day she told me that her daughter was sick, and the daughter is under a spiritual attack. So she announced to the church, the fellowship. It was a big prayer meeting that she do, I think, every Wednesday on a very big tent, and hundreds of people will gather there. So one day she announced that her daughter is under attack, and the whole congregation, we went on our knees, we cry, we pray, we intercede and intervene. We pray seriously for her. And she's somebody that is very committed to helping people with her spiritual gift from God. So when people find out that her daughter is under attack, there were people who were doing fasting, praying for the whole night for her daughter. Yeah, so there are people who didn't sleep for the whole night. They were praying and interceding for the daughter. So in the morning, she called me and she said her daughter's situation is very severe, so I should go to the elders of the fellowship so that everybody can come to the house so we can pray and intercede for the daughter. And those days there's many of the elders don't have mobile phone, so I use my bicycle, and I will tell you a story about my bicycle also. So I use my bicycle, went to their various homes and called them, and everybody, when you hear everybody running, and over 100 of people gathered in the house, we lifted up prayer, praying. Now when you look at the situation of the girl, that she's almost fainting, she's collapsing because she was bleeding for over 3 days, so she was fainting. So some of the elders said that even though we are praying and believing God for healing and miracle, they believe that we should call the ambulance so the girl can be taken to the hospital. And the mother of the lady said that her daughter told her that Jesus appeared to her and said, if they take her to hospital, she's going to die. The lady who was having the issue of blood for the 3 days told the mother that Jesus appeared to her and told her that if they take her to hospital, she's going to die. So people should just continue praying for her. And the mother believed her because she also have a gift just like the mother. She sees things about people very accurate. She prophesies about people. She has a spiritual gift. So the mother believed her. So everybody believed that. So we just started praying and interceding. Now, the following day, she just fainted completely and she wasn't responding very good. So we are still praying and fasting. So in the middle of the prayer and the fasting, something happened. I saw my eyes open and I saw myself in the crowd. That was the first time I saw a very strange vision without sleeping. That was the first time. I saw myself all of a sudden in the crowd. Then like every place was very bright, and I saw a very bright light shining from afar into my eyes, and I heard a voice, and the voice said to me that the lady here, she is pregnant and she took some tablet in order to do abortion, and that is why she's bleeding. And if the mother doesn't take her, if the mother don't take her to the hospital, she's going to die. And it's like the spirit came over me. The spirit came over me, and that light filled my whole body. And I tell everybody to stop praying, and everybody stopped praying. Over 100 people, everybody stopped praying, and everybody started looking at me. And I said, I hear the voice of God. I hear the voice of God, and the voice of God is telling me that she's pregnant and she's doing abortion, and if we don't take her to hospital, she's going to die. Once I was in that realm speaking, the prophet just came and slapped me. Bam! And she sat on me, started hitting me and beating me. And she said that, when was the last time? Since when God started speaking to you? Since when you started hearing the voice of God? And she was beating me. And over 100 people were there, and everybody was scared and afraid that nobody even don't want to get her out of me. So I have to find my way out. And she told the elders and the men to push me outside. And I was wounded. My face, my eye became very red. She beat me. And you see, she is a preacher of holiness and discipline. And her daughter was seems like an angel to everybody. Every mother use her when they are teaching their children discipline. Yeah, every mother use her daughter as an example. The way she dressed, the way she talk, the way she's committed to God, the way she pray, the way she preach. It's like you can never even imagine that she will even kiss a man. Yeah, nobody have seen her with any man apart from me. Nobody have seen her with any man. She doesn't go anywhere. She's always home. So for me to say she's pregnant, which is number one, and to go the extreme by saying that she is that wicked enough to take a medicine to abort the baby. Like, no, that's too much. So when I found my way, I couldn't even ride my bicycle because of my eye. So I was pushing the bicycle and walking. When I got home, I started crying. Then I remember everything I said. And I believe 100% that I didn't use my mind, and I saw the vision and I heard the voice. But I was doubting it in the flesh, because this girl, like, even me at that age, I'm a virgin. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't know anything about woman to talk about her. Who doesn't go anywhere. So how come? Is it an angel that impregnate her? And where will she get the medicine from? Like, then I started feeling so bad for myself. And the news entered the whole city. People loved and were talking about it, and people were insulting me, saying all manner of negative and bad things about me. And people were cursing me that, hey, you started following this woman just few months ago and you are now prophesying. So you started following this woman. You came to the church few weeks ago, started following the woman just few months ago, and all of a sudden you are seeing God, you are seeing a vision. Since when you became a prophet? People were calling, messaging me, telling me all manner of things. Oh my God. And I feel so bad for myself. You know, it is one of those things where you don't even want to go out anymore. You don't want anybody to see you. So the news went viral, and the father of the lady is in another city. So he heard about it, and immediately he came to see what is happening. And when he saw how the daughter has fainted at the place where she's going to die, he called the ambulance. And the wife started fighting him, because the wife believed what the daughter told her, that Jesus appeared to her and told her that if she go to hospital, she's going to die. So the woman of God believed what her daughter told her. So she was fighting the husband and the ambulance from carrying her daughter. So the man prevailed over her, and they rushed the daughter to hospital. After a few minutes, the doctors came out and said, if you were to delay few minutes from bringing her to the hospital, she would have died. And they say, what happened? And they said, she is pregnant and she's trying to abort the baby, and the baby wasn't coming fully. And the mother was like, no way, I know my daughter. My daughter is not like that. I know my daughter. My daughter is not like that. Why are you lying on my daughter? And the nurses, she was making us, I know my daughter. My daughter can never do that. My daughter cannot be that wicked. Then who impregnated her? When did the thing happen? My daughter is always home. My daughter doesn't go anywhere. My daughter don't talk to any man. My daughter doesn't have any boyfriend. So who? Is it me that impregnate her? We sleep on the same bed and wake up from the same bed. Then who sleep with her? Then the nurses and the doctors took her to a place where they show her everything that came out, that they pull out with their hand from her daughter. And she broke in tears. And she broke in tears. Now listen, she became so embarrassed. And the news also broke in town again. And all of a sudden, everybody started looking for me. And she and the church elders and the father and the husband, they came to me to apologize to me, and my face was very, very wounded. And they bought me some painkillers, and they asked me to come back and stay in their house. And you know, I wasn't hurt, I wasn't angry with her. I wasn't bitter, because even me, I didn't know what I was saying, because I said everything I said under the influence of a spirit that took control over me. So even if it is something that I just saw, I wouldn't say it because I won't believe it. Yeah, I won't believe it. Even me in the same house, the daughter doesn't come that close to me. Yeah, even me living in their house, her daughter doesn't even come closer to me, even though I was crashing on her. Yeah, even though I was crashing on her small. Yeah, I was crashing on her small, but she doesn't even get closer to me. Yeah, she doesn't give me even the opportunity to even stand in front of her face to face to talk to her. She doesn't even entertain me when I try to make a little funny comment or even give a compliment about her. She doesn't. She's a very strict young girl. She doesn't entertain certain kind of conversation. So I will not even think that for her. What's happening? All right, so give me a minute, okay? Give me a minute. We need to move to the end of the forest. We need to move to the end of the forest for me to continue the story from there, okay? So come with me. Yes, I think this place is very bright, so we can use the riverside here. I will sit here, then you people sit here, you people stand here, and let's use this place. I can't remember where I even ended. So those who insulted me, those who say all manner of things about me, started looking for me, and people were saying, if she's a true prophetess, how blah blah. It became a major issue in the city. It became a major issue in the city, and it ended up making sense that the girl knew that when they take her to the hospital, her parents are going to find out that she's trying to commit abortion. She's pregnant, and she's trying to miscarry the pregnancy. So she lied to them that Jesus told her that if they take her to hospital, she's going to die. So that blocked the mother from taking her to the hospital. She was trying to hide everything. Now listen to me. What is the moral lesson here? Be very careful the people you defend. Yeah, be very careful the people you defend, because there are people, even if they know that they are not innocent, even if they know that they are guilty, they have done that which they are pretending they didn't do, they will still play victims and innocent, and they will look for innocent people to lie to get them behind their back to support them, and at the end of the day, when they are crashing, you also crash with them. Be very careful the people you defend. Sometimes I involve myself in situations and I try to talk to people, and people say that my son is not like that, my daughter is not like that, my husband is not like that, my wife is not like that. Be careful the people you defend. We live in a world full of wickedness where people can lie to the detriment of their life. We live in a world. I've seen people who have done me evil, and on top of that, they are lying and lying to the place where they are painting me, who they hate, to be the evil person. Listen to me. Be very careful the people you defend. It doesn't matter your biological son, your daughter, your husband, your wife, your brother, your sister. Be very careful the people you defend. The people you defend. And I tell people that before you defend anybody, do your investigation first. Yeah, few months ago, one of my younger brother was involved in a certain situation where they called me, and I told everybody that before I support him, before I defend him, give me some time to pray and seek the face of God to be sure whether he is innocent or not, because I am not going to defend him because he is my brother. No. Because listen to me, I don't want to suffer the sin of anybody. I don't want to bear anybody's cross. Yeah, I don't want to perish with anybody. Hello, you know, I will not be so stupid to defend you without doing my investigation just because you are my brother. Even if you are my son, I will not just defend you because you are my son. I must first do my due diligence to do my investigation, to find out, to be sure that the allegation they levied against you, you are innocent. I will not defend you because you say you didn't do it. I will not defend you because you say you don't know anything about it. I must first be sure. I must first do my own investigation to be sure, to be 100% sure. Listen to me. After that incident, the woman of God felt so embarrassed. Yeah, she felt so embarrassed. But the good news was that she and the elders of the church, they came to my house to see me, and she apologized to me, and I started going back to the fellowship and the meeting. But things never remained the same. Even though we work out everything, I forgive. I never hold anything against them. I wasn't bitter. Yeah, I wasn't hurt because she beat me. No, I wasn't hurt. I forgive everything. I still stay in the house. Everything was all right, but still, the ministry wasn't the same again. Listen to me. Be very careful the people you defend innocently. Yeah, listen to me. As a prophet, as a pastor, one major thing I tell people is we live in a world where people deliberately made up their mind to become wicked, to lie, to pretend, and to do things that even the devil won't do. So when it comes to defending people, be very careful. There are people who know that they are guilty, but they'll be the first person to say, I'm going to court. There are people who know that they are guilty, they did it, they are wrong, but they'll be the first person to say, I'll call police on you. So before you defend anybody, be very careful. Do your due diligence. Do your deepest investigation to be sure that this person you are defending, he is innocent. Yeah. Do your due diligence. Go the highest extreme to be sure that this particular person you are defending, he is innocent. If not, when the storm comes, you sink with them. When the wind blows, it will carry you with them. When trouble comes, when the fire started consuming, you will burn in ashes with them. Be very careful the people you defend. And the final thing I want to say is that don't be quick to doubt people. Yeah, especially the prophetic. Don't be quick to doubt people, especially the prophetic. It doesn't matter whether the person prophesying to you or giving you a word is a little boy or a little girl, like 10-year-old or 15-year-old. It doesn't matter what you think about them. It doesn't matter how much you think you know God more than them. It doesn't matter how stupid or crazy you think the person is. Don't be quick to doubt anybody, because God can speak through anybody to you. God can use anybody to bring you a word. God can use anybody to give you warning. God can use anybody to bring you a message. So don't be quick to call people false prophet. Yeah. Don't be quick to call people fake. Don't be quick. Yeah. Don't be quick. If not, you are going to stone your Messiah. And by the time you realize, the devil has laid his hand on you, the devil has laid his hold on you. Before you defend anybody, before you protect anybody, before you say, I believe this person, before you say, I believe this person, I believe my husband cannot do that, my wife cannot do that, my son cannot do that, my daughter cannot do that. Be very careful. Do your due diligence to find out. Before you say, my pastor can never do that, my elder can never do that, I know my sister very well, my sister can never do that. Be very careful, because if they are not innocent, and the storm come to carry them, surely the storm will carry you with them. This is a wisdom and a word to the wise is enough. This message, I believe you have learned something from it. I am going back to the forest to continue to pray for you that this year 2025 the Lord will touch your heart and make sure all the godly desires of your heart come to pass. I am going back to the forest to pray and to intercede for you and your family. Let me know what you have learned from this story. God bless you.